Hi there Libra, thank you for joining me for your weekly forecast for week commencing the 8th of July. A lot of Libra people have been writing to me of late asking why is it so tough for us, and it's been so tough for so long. Well, it's quite simple really. Over the last 10 months, Saturn, the planet of structure and also of restriction, has been making its way through your sector of resources. So your sense of self-worth and also your financial disposition may have been up against it, particularly in the last 5.5 months. But before that, for 2.5 years, Saturn worked its way through your sign. And then for the 2.5 years before that, it was working its way through your 12th solar house. You put all that together, it's nearly 6.5 years of slog, because that's all either psychological or very restrictive. And of course, Saturn's tough going wherever it is. But for you personally, that might explain why it has seemed to be such an upward struggle. But the great news as you burst into this week is that there is a fantastic new moon, which is in a part of your horoscope to do with your presence, your global charm. See yourself as a brand. The way you can come across this week can really wow people, because you can come across in a much more incisive, assertive way. Part of this is the fact that Saturn has ended a 5.5 month backward journey, and this week it's forging a great link with Jupiter, the planet of growth, which has moved to the top of your horoscope, and also Neptune, which continues in an area which is very much to do with your ability to work in areas that help other people. So if you put all this together, I do feel that the grand trine that occurs this week can be very positive as far as your professional aims are concerned, especially if you're involved in a job which is in some way to do with the service sector, retailing, health, anything to do with public work. So if you work in the community, all these areas can really see you starting to make progress. But you might say, but Mercury's twisting backwards, Patrick. Well, you're right, it is, and that can be troublesome. For 3 days, it's actually forging a great link with the Sun, suggesting that as long as you're patient in your dealings with anyone influential and you make sure that you control your communication and the flow of your paperwork in a very cute way, you can ward off some of the negativity of this. Because there is, on Sunday, at the end of this week, the further arrival of Mars, and Mars rises into the 10th solar house, joining up with Jupiter, with Mercury and the Sun. And this cluster, this stellium of energy, can be absolutely wonderful for you, for being much more confident, for not being so worried about how other people please you, and most importantly, not so worried about being a people pleaser and getting approval back from other people. You're going to be casting this off more and more now. And if you think back over those last 6.5 years, perhaps that's the journey you had to go through, that trying too hard to make everyone else happy was actually denuding yourself of the chance to make yourself happy. And with Venus, your ruler, forging a fantastic link with Uranus this week, as far as your love life is concerned, something really quite unexpected and random can happen, which could see you ending this week feeling a lot happier and a lot more respected too. Thank you for joining me. Good luck and goodbye for now.